You may think spousal support is automatic, but it's not. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know. My name is Jenny Walner Saltzman. I'm a family law attorney with over 10 years of experience. If you have any more questions, check out the playlist below. What types of spousal support are available in Pennsylvania? There are actually 3 different types of spousal support. The first one is actually called spousal support. That is support paid between the parties while they're still married. Another type of spousal support is actually called Alimony Pendente Lite. Alimony Pendente Lite is based on a calculation in the statute, and it's paid during the pendency of a divorce action. The third type of spousal support is alimony. Alimony is actually post-divorce support. One party pays alimony to the other party after the divorce is final for a period of time as either agreed to by the parties or ordered by the court. Here are the factors that a court would look at in determining how alimony is calculated. So spousal support in Pennsylvania is determined in different ways based on the type of support that a person is receiving. So spousal support and Alimony Pendente Lite are calculated based on a formula that's in the statute. Alimony, on the other hand, which is support paid after a divorce has been finalized, is based on factors which are enumerated in the statute. So number 1 is income disparities between the parties. Number 2, the court would look at the presence of dependent children and who they're living with. Number 3, marital misconduct of either of the parties. Number 4, the duration of the marriage. Number 5, standard of living of the parties during the marriage. Number 6, contributions to education and career. Number 7, age and health of both parties. And number 8, tax implications. What is a typical duration of spousal support? So the duration of spousal support is going to depend on the type of support being paid. So for example, spousal support is going to last as long as the parties are living separately and there's no divorce action filed. APL, which is another form of support, which is called Alimony Pendente Lite, that is going to last during the pendency of the divorce action. Alimony, which is another type of support paid between the spouses, is going to last either pursuant to an agreement between the parties or based on however long the court orders the alimony to last. What are some of the conditions for the modification or termination of spousal support? Spousal support is going to terminate in different ways depending on the type of support someone is receiving. So for example, spousal support and Alimony Pendente Lite, because they're based on a formula and they're paid for a finite period of time, is going to be modifiable under a lot of different circumstances. So for example, if one party has an increase of income, if one party has a decrease of income, those are going to be some circumstances where you can modify spousal support or Alimony Pendente Lite. Alimony, on the other hand, is going to terminate or modified based on either the provisions that the parties agree to in their marital settlement agreement, or it's going to be based on the conditions that are set forth in the statute. Alimony typically terminates in the death of either party or the remarriage of the person receiving alimony. Alimony is typically modifiable based on a substantial change of circumstances, such as retirement. What is the process for obtaining spousal support in Pennsylvania? So if someone would like to file for spousal support, typically a petition needs to be filed. For spousal support and APL, the petition is going to be filed with the domestic relations section of the court. Once the petition is filed, a conference is going to be scheduled and typically a hearing. Both parties are then going to present their income information to the court, and the court is going to apply a formula to determine the amount of spousal support that's calculated. Oftentimes, parties are able to reach an agreement and calculate that amount on their own and enter into an agreement and file it with the court. Alimony is typically asked for within a divorce complaint. However, someone might file for divorce and ask for alimony, and while the case is pending, you would simultaneously file for Alimony Pendente Lite. Who's entitled to receive spousal support in Pennsylvania? In cases where someone is filing for spousal support in APL, anyone who makes less money than their spouse is entitled to file for alimony or spousal support. In a divorce case, typically it's the spouse who earns less money who would ask for alimony. However, in a divorce, your request is going to depend a little bit more on the type of estate you have, your assets, and your debts. A lawyer would help you make a decision about whether requesting alimony is appropriate.